Hey guys, today's video I'm going to be sharing with you guys how I made some fall signs, and of course I made them with items from Dollar Tree.
All those days trying to find a place where you'll make them just be alone, All those nights lying by your side, like it's a vibe, feeling it shine under your spotlight.
Welcome back to Ria's World of Ideas. If you are new to my channel, I am Ria, and on my channel I love sharing all the ideas that I find helpful in my life and home, and hopefully you'll find them helpful in your life and home as well. So if you're not a subscriber already, don't forget to hit that subscribe button before you leave this video, and also don't forget to hit the notification bell so you're always notified on all the new videos that I put out. And if you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up and to let me know that you like this video so that I'm able to bring more videos to you that you guys like. So today's video I want to share with you guys basically a Dollar Tree DIY, how I made these cute little fall pumpkin signs with Dollar Tree items. So I'm not going to ramble anymore, I'm just going to jump right into it. So if you guys want to see how I made these signs for fall with Dollar Tree items, then stay tuned to this video. To create one of the signs, I'm going to be using this pumpkin wood cutout that I share with you guys in my Dollar Tree haul that I found at Dollar Tree. And Dollar Tree has so many different wood cutouts that are in big versions like this, and they also have smaller ones as well. They have leaves, they have acorns, and I believe they also have an owl one as well. But I knew I wanted to do something with this large pumpkin one, so I definitely grabbed them when I saw them. So what I'm going to do to start off with this is I'm just going to paint it the color white, and I'm going to be using this glossy white paint that you can get at at Walmart for about 50 cents, or you can get this big bottle like I did for around $1. For the next two pumpkin signs, I'm going to be using these pumpkin sign decors that come at Dollar Tree already decorated, but I'm going to be using the back side of it. You just have to peel off the kind of like, what is that, the sticker that comes on it, the pricing sticker, and it can be difficult, but if you use a blow dryer it come out really easy. But I'd rather use this side where it has nothing on it, the plain side, because it's easier to paint than to try to take all the stuff off from the decorated side and then try to paint on top of that. So once I removed the sticker and the pumpkin was plain, I'm going to go in with that same white paint that I used for the first pumpkin and just completely paint this whole thing white, even including the stand at the bottom. Once the paint was completely dry on each of my pumpkins, I'm then going to go in and decorate and put the sayings on them. And the sayings, I got them actually from these window clings that you can find at Dollar Tree. A lot of people just think you can use them on windows, but you can actually use them to decorate anything. And I'm going to be using a couple of them to decorate these pumpkins. So for this big pumpkin, I'm going to be using the Be Thankful sign, or Be Thankful signature, or words, whatever you want to call it, and I'm going to apply it to this pumpkin. Now you will be seeing me just applying it because I kind of want to just try to see where I want to fit it before I actually glue it down. And later on you will see on another pumpkin how I actually use Mod Podge to make this stick. These window clings stick great to windows, but they don't adhere very well to other things, so you need some Mod Podge to apply onto, and then do a top layer of Mod Podge to actually make it stick on to these different pumpkin signs. For the smaller pumpkin that had Welcome Friends on the back, I'm going to be using the Hello Autumn sticker that comes in this pack with the window clings. For the next pumpkin stand, the one that has Hello Fall on the back, I'm going to be using another window cling set, and this one has the words autumn and fall on it, and a bunch of other different stickers and different designs you can use. But I'm just going to be using the window cling sticker that has the word fall on it. And stay tuned to another DIY that I'll be doing later on, where I'll be using the one that says autumn. This is the Mod Podge that I used for this DIY, and you can actually find this Mod Podge at Dollar Tree. I find that the Mod Podge at Dollar Tree works really good, just like the ones you find at the craft stores, and they're way cheaper. So I love using them for all of my projects. And you can get them in glossy, a glossy finish or a matte finish, and they also got this semi-gloss finish as well. You want to make sure though that when you're putting these words down, you put Mod Podge on the bottom before you kind of do on the top, because as you can see, as I was putting a layer on the top, the words started to pop up. So if you don't put Mod Podge on the bottom so that these window clings can stick to the actual pumpkin first, it will start to lift. So you definitely want to put Mod Podge on the bottom so that the actual words stick to the pumpkin, and then you want to do another layer of Mod Podge on top just to make sure you seal these stickers to the actual pumpkin sign so that they do not come off. So now it's time to decorate the stem, and I didn't just want to just paint the stem. I wanted to add like a kind of like a 3D touch to it. So I decided that I would add some twine, rope, whatever you want to call it, to make it look more farmhouse. And there's so many different twines and ropes that you can find in the craft section at Dollar Tree and also at Walmart. But for this one, I'm going to use kind of like the bendy twine, because I thought I was going to make like these little curly vines on it, and then I decided I didn't like it. But what I do with whatever rope you use, what you want to do is you want to add some glue to the back of the sign, and then you want to make sure that you glue down a piece of the rope to the back so that you can have something to start with. You want it to be in place so when you start wrapping the rope around, it doesn't get loose on you and fall all apart. So once the glue has dried, I just started wrapping the twine around the stem, and every time I turned it, I pushed it down a little bit, and I didn't add more glue until I got to the top. Basically, if you wrap it tightly, you really don't need to add any more glue until you get to the top of the stem, and that's when you want to add the little hot glue to finish it up, and then cut off all the excess twine that you don't need, and then, like I said, just end it with the hot glue on the top of the stem. This is how it looks when you're all done. And then I wanted to add some leaves to these pumpkins, and I didn't want to use just any regular leaves. I actually want to use the eucalyptus leaves that I found at Walmart a while back that I hauled to you guys. That Walmart has these big bunches of eucalyptus leaves for only $2, which I think is a great price because it's way cheaper than Hobby Lobby or anywhere else. But I wanted to add eucalyptus leaves instead of the regular leaves because I wanted to make this more farmhouse, and to me eucalyptus leaves is so farmhouse, so is the twine. So that's why I decided to make it different, make these pumpkins different, and add the eucalyptus leaves as opposed to regular fall leaves. So as you can see, I pushed it in there, and you can actually leave it like that. It sticks into the rope, and you don't need to add any glue to it, but I am going to add glue just to make sure, because you never know, once we move these things around they could fall out. So I'm adding a little bit of hot glue to it to make it stick inside. And yeah, that's all I did, was I add these little eucalyptus leaves, and I feel like it just gives it that nice little cute farmhouse touch. I did the same type of design to the other two pumpkins as well. I added the rope and the eucalyptus leaves. Now for this sign, I wanted to add like a little backing to it because it didn't have a stand like the other two. So I decided to make it more farmhouse, I would create a crate looking background. So I had a bunch of these rulers that one of the teachers at my school basically wanted to get rid of. But if you don't have a bunch of rulers, you can also use paint sticks as well that you can get at Walmart or Home Depot. Or you can also use the rulers that they have at Dollar Tree as well. They come two to a pack that you just take this plastic off, and they make great wood rulers that you guys see me make my Dollar Tree crate that I recently uploaded this summer for you guys. You can use any type of ruler or wood pieces that you would like. But I'm using these leftover rulers that I have from another teacher. I'm going to be using this wood glue that I found at Dollar Tree that I hauled to you guys that I wanted to try to see if it was good as the Elmer's glue. And I'm also using that L-shaped ruler that you can find at Dollar Tree that helps me keep everything in line. So basically I'm just making, like I said, a crate. It looks like a crate, like the front of a crate, the side of a crate, the types of, basically it looks like a crate. I don't know how else to explain it, but I love the way that it looked. I've seen this at Hobby Lobby where they sell it just like this, and people have used it for so many things. They've used it for trays, they used it for backings for picture decor. So I thought I would make my own and add it, add the pumpkin to it because the pumpkin needed a backing. It needed some type of back to it and it needed a stand. So I thought this would be cute to create kind of like a crate looking backing stand for this pumpkin. I really don't know how to explain it, but when it all comes together, you guys will see that it looks really nice. It came out really better than I thought it was. So yep, I'm just basically making sure I keep everything in line, and I'm just going to create basically the front side of a crate. So this is how it looks once I'm done gluing and assembling it, and as you can see, it does look like the front and the side of a crate. So now I'm going to paint it, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to be using two colors to make it look like that farmhouse age look that I've shared with you guys before. I'm going to be using a dark gray first, and then I'm going to do a top light gray, kind of doing like a dry brushing style. So to start off with it, again, like I said, I'm going to start off with the darker gray and completely cover all of it and wait till it dries before I apply the top coat with the lighter gray. So once the dark gray paint was fully dry, which it doesn't take that long to dry, especially when you're painting on unfinished wood, it actually dries faster. But once the dark gray was fully dry, I then went in with the lighter gray on top. Now to achieve that aged look, I'm going to be using this paintbrush that has kind of like the thick bristles, and I'm just going to be adding little spurts of gray paint all around, and then kind of waiting, taking off most of the paint off my brush, and then going in with the brush with the brush being dry with a little bit of paint on it and kind of rubbing it in to the crate itself. You don't want to completely cover this with the light gray on top, because that's not achieving that age look. You kind of just want to add little touches of gray around and kind of rub them into the wood, so you're still getting the dark color seeping through, but then the lighter color on top kind of makes it look like this crate has been aged and been through some things, and make it look more farmhouse. So definitely get as little as possible on this paintbrush, kind of tap it around, and then when you see that most of the paint is off the paintbrush, you then go back in and just rub it into the crate itself and kind of add that light gray sporadically all around, but not completely covering the dark gray. So this is how mine came out once I was done, and you can go back and forth with the light gray or the dark gray and do it as much as you want or as little as you want, but I like the way this looked how it was. So now it's time to add the pumpkin on top of the little crate display, and when I laid it on there, I noticed that all the gluing that I did in the back of the pumpkin, when it came to the stem and the leaves, it kind of made it bunch up. I had hot glue in the back, so it was kind of making it pop out a little bit on the top, and then so I wanted to level this out, so I decided to add a little jingle block piece to the bottom part of this pumpkin sign so that it would be even as far as when I'm gluing it down, and then it kind of made it look like it was 3D, so I thought this was pretty cool. So I just took the little jingle block piece and I took my hot glue gun and glued it down to the bottom back of the pumpkin, and then I'm just using the hot glue as well to glue the jingle block piece and also the backing of the stem to this crate display, which I still don't know how to call it, but I guess it's just a crate backing. And to me, it just looks so cute. It just gives this pumpkin more dimension. It just makes it stick out more, and it gives it a way for me to display it as opposed to just leaving it as is. Now, the way that I added the little jingle block piece on the bottom, you could create like a stand on its own with the jingle block pieces with this pumpkin sign as well, and keep this pumpkin sign like as is by itself, and then just use jingle block pieces to use as a stand, and it'll stand on its own. But again, I just love the backing of this crate looking display. It just makes the pumpkin look more nice, and it just, I don't know, it just pops out the colors of it, and it makes it look so farmhouse. So I just love the way this came out, but you can do it either or. For the last sign, I'm going to be using this window cling that says pumpkin spice and everything nice. And then I'm going to be using this picture frame that I got at Dollar Tree a while back, that I used it for my farmhouse style kitchen signs. And if you haven't seen that video, I'll put the link down below so that you guys can check that video out. I really like how those signs came out, and a lot of you guys did too. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to remove the farmhouse style kitchen signs that I have originally in the picture frame so that I'm using it for this new pumpkin sign. And then I'm going to be using that same sign that's inside of the picture frame kind of as a template to trace out a rectangular shape in this cardstock so that I'm able to put the window cling on top of the white cardstock, because I kind of wanted a white backing to it. I didn't want it to be clear, so that's what I'm going to use the white cardstock for. So I'm just going to use that farmhouse sign to use as my template and basically cut out the rectangle to the shape that I need, and then apply the window cling on top of that. I wanted to make sure that the window cling sticker was in the right position that I wanted it to be in the picture frame. So what I did was I put the white cardstock that I cut out back into the picture frame before I decided to put the window cling on the white cardstock, because I didn't want to do it beforehand and then put it in the picture frame and then it's kind of uneven and not the way I wanted it to. So that's why I decided to put the paper in first and then kind of move the window cling around to see and position it the way that I wanted it first. Once I had it in the position that I wanted it to be, I took the picture frame apart again and I slid out the white cardstock. And at this point you could Mod Podge this to the white cardstock, kind of like I did with the other window clings, but I wanted to laminate this because, like I told you guys, anytime I put anything in the kitchen I want to make sure it's laminated so that I can easily wipe it. So that's what I'm going to do with this sign as well. If you don't have a laminator, you can also get some contact paper, some clear contact paper from the Dollar Tree, and you can laminate anything with contact paper. Just put contact paper on both sides of whatever you're trying to laminate and then cut off the excess and you've created your own lamination. But I'm just going to laminate this one because I do have a laminator, and then once it's laminated I'm just going to cut it out and put it back into the picture frame. So that is how I created these signs with Dollar Tree items, and I just love the way that they came out. If you guys know me, I love the fall and I can't wait to start decorating. And so these, I already have a perfect place for them in my home. So stay tuned for later on this month. I'm going to be sharing with you guys how I decorate my home with all the DIYs that I'm going to be bringing to you guys, plus different things that I bought at Dollar Tree or the Target dollar spot that doesn't necessarily need to be DIY. They look fine on their own. So stay tuned to those videos. I will be having more DIYs coming to you guys. I really got inspired this year to create so many different things because Dollar Tree brought out so many great items to DIY with, and some items were just great on their own. So stay tuned to those videos as well. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys. Hey guys, don't forget to click on the picture in the middle of the screen so you can subscribe to my channel and get notifications on all the new videos that I put out. And check out these other 2 videos that I have posted on my channel on either side of my picture. Have a great day.